Okay, the lighting is kind of bad again. But this is my first time being in the vlog. I just didn't feel like being on camera yesterday. Like, I don't know. I didn't feel like talking to the camera. Like, it wasn't even about how I looked or anything. Just didn't feel like doing it. So I didn't, but I did get some clips for y'all. But I did read yesterday, so that's not out of the question. But let's talk about the books that I'm going to be reading in this vlog. So I am still making my way through Mary's World. Big, thick nonfiction. I think I'm on page 213. And let's see how many pages are in here. Appendices, I want the plural appendix. So there's 364, so I have that much left. And again, I am learning a ton, and this is like stuff I want to be learning, but nonfiction is hard to get through sometimes. Then my ebook, I picked it up for the first time in a while last night, I think it was. So I am nearly finished with this, but again, it's taken a while. I think once we get to content that I haven't gotten into in the TV show, I will be like way more into it. But this is kind of like, I've seen the TV show and I feel like Outlander stays pretty in tune with the books going on to TV. Like, it's pretty similar. So I feel like I've read all this. But we had John Gray there, and the chemistry of him and this other character were so good. On the show, it's really good. And so seeing in the book that it was really good, and on the show, we love that. So those are what I'm reading this weekend, and then when we get to the weekdays, I'll be adding these in. So I'm getting to another poetry collection, and this is going to be the first thing I ever read from Shakespeare and Company, which is Kilometer Zero, Paris. I don't know what Kilometer Zero means, but this is a staff pick, and it is Haruko Love Poems by June Jordan, and I don't really know what this is about, so we're going to read this here together. So, a wonderful, sexy summary collection from June Jordan, a pioneer of Black queer poetry. Passionate and tender, Jordan's words explore the multi-faced aspects of romantic love, lust, anger, care, frustration, and peace. I think it's important because we all go through those things in life. Okay. She especially focuses on desire, what it means, what it feels like, and how it acts as a motive, and what the repercussions of this are. A true celebration of Black queer joy, confusion, elation, pining, and despair, again, something all humans go through, and an essential read for those looking to expand their knowledge of 20th century poetry. So, I don't know when this was published. She does have a long backlist there. Oh, it doesn't have the year. So this is the Haruko. Is it gonna have it on there? Not seeing. I just want to know when this was published. But yeah, so Shakespeare and Company books do have that stamp inside. And this was 1994. And that was the name of the person who wrote that little the blurb that I read. I don't know how to say it, so I don't want to mispronounce. And then the TBR pick, which is a 5-star prediction, and I'm loving, is Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. You could read this in one day, I'm telling you, but it's gonna take me 3. I should finish this tomorrow, and I am loving it. It's not a full 5-star, and we'll talk about why when we get to reading it tomorrow. I think it'll be tomorrow. Yeah, because if I finish it tomorrow, then we'll talk about it tomorrow. And yeah, so it's like a 4.5. On Goodreads, it is a 5-star, but on Storygraph, it's not. I'm looking at my calendar over there, how I need to update it. It is I don't even know what the date is, the 10th. 9/11's tomorrow. But I'm all drugged up. No, I just took some antibiotics. So in 2 hours at 5, I am going to get yogurt, because I haven't had yogurt the past few days just because I ran out. And my stomach was not happy. I didn't have any outside symptoms, if you get what I'm saying, but I just feeling crampy and stuff. So definitely need to get those probiotics in me, because it's been like the longest I've gone without yogurt in a while, and so I really want it. And because the days where I did have the antibiotics and probiotics, I didn't have any like stomach issues. So definitely recommend, if you are somebody going on antibiotics, to definitely pair it with a probiotic, but like 2 hours after you take the medication. So we are still on medication. Ooh, I do have a gift that I need to open. My friend Sarah, she sent me a gift. So our first one here is rollers for my face. Should be super fun to use. Penny's gonna open the door, of course, even though she hates when I open packages. but she's so nosy, which I'm a really nosy person, so it makes sense. Okay, here's the whole package. So these rollers, that looks super weird, but pause and read how you do it. But I don't know if I'm gonna start using these tonight. You put them in the freezer and then it helps depuff your face and all that. Okay, put those aside. Okay, let's see. Okay, scissors, okay. Did it go through Charlotte too? Raleigh and then Charlotte. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is strange. Did this really happen? Did they send me double? Okay, there's like... Oh my gosh, thank you for the note. Okay, this is a book I am super excited for. Oh my gosh, it's so thick. This is what was so heavy. Oh my gosh, this is such good quality. I like the flop. I love the flop. Oh my gosh, and there's like pictures of people in the back. Because this was a TV show. Interesting. I didn't know this was like a movie tie-in cover. Cool. So this is like a cryptid. I think it's cryptid, and y'all know I love cryptids. Like, I love them. So, the men on board the HMS Terror, part of the 1845 Franklin expedition, the first ever to use steam-powered vessels to search, this sounds so good, to search for the legendary Northwest Passage, entering a second summer in the Arctic Circle without a thaw, stranded in a nightmarish landscape of encroaching ice and darkness. Endless... They struggle to survive with poisonous rations, a dwindling coal supply, and ships buckling in the grip of crushing ice. But their real enemy is even more terrifying. There's something out there in the frigid darkness, an unseen predator stalking their ship, a monstrous terror clawing to get in. So I'm like, is it going to be like a Loch Ness monster kind of monster? Is it going to be Yeti? Who knows? So, okay, this was a gift. This was supposed to be in there. I got that confused. So that was super strange. And is there... Okay, I was saying, is there something wrapped in that? That's super weird. Okay, and then this... so my friend is from, like, I never know what it's like. Okay, so I say Appalachian, but when you say it without the N, it's, like, pronounced differently. But, you know. So, and this lady was, like, on a show. The Waldens? Yeah. I went there to their house. I don't know what it was, but I remember going there. And somebody wanted me to review this book. So I don't remember who it was. Oh my gosh, this is like, I've never seen that on like that side. I don't know, did they get that reversed? But somebody wanted me to review this. So if that was you, let me know. And ooh, includes never before published bonus chapter. When was this published? 2011. Okay, so this is in a different, so that, because one of these was supposed, this I think, no, one of these was supposed to go in there. Okay, this is super confusing. I've never had that happen where they get separated like that. Okay, and it looks like there's still, on the receipt, there's a Funko Pop coming. I'm not gonna say what it is because, like, it says on here, so I know, but y'all don't know. So yeah, one of these receipts was supposed to go in the other package. That is super strange that it went in another. So, I don't know why. That's super weird, but thank you so much, Sarah. Like, all these books, where'd I put the one? Okay. They're such good, like, quality. I'm already getting cat hair on it, like, ASMR. Okay, so we have all these books, and then the thing for my face. So that is everything that I got from Amazon. from friends and Amazon, but it came through Amazon, y'all know. So I'm going to read in a little bit. What time is it? It's 3:39, so I'm going to read at 6, so that's actually not in a little bit, but I did want to, you know, talk to the vlog. I'm not doing anything too excited. This is going to be another vlog, my last vlog that I will be on the anxiety medication, at least I think, because I am going to have to get cavities filled, and I don't know how that's going to go. I don't have those appointments scheduled, but I'm like, I have at least 8. That's my guess. Like 8 is the bottom line number because it's probably higher than that. And I don't know if they're going to do that all in one appointment or what. So, that's something where that's what I want done the most, but they couldn't do it until my gum treatment's over. And I'm like, I'm in so much pain from these cavities. Give me fillings, please, please. So, yes, so I need to throw all that stuff away, all the like packaging stuff. And yeah, there's my update. Hey guys, so I just finished, yeah, I haven't vlogged today. I was like, have I vlogged today? I never know what I'm doing. But I just finished Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. I gave it a 4.5. So I put a 4-star into Goodreads because I do know that 4.5 you would round that up, but giving that 5-star to a book that's not 5 stars just doesn't feel right to me. So we put in as a 4, like I put in as a 4, but I will, when I write my review, I will say it was a 4.5. So that being said, I will be writing my review. I'm not gonna write it right now, but I'm going to write it later tonight once I have some dinner in my belly, because I think writing while you're hungry, you're very distracted, so you're not focusing on what you're doing. So at least with me. So, let's talk about my thoughts. But as I said, I will be writing a review. This is my first time writing like a review on my blog in a couple months, since maybe June, because I don't in July, because that's the month I take off every year for that kind of thing. So I think I haven't written on my blog since June. So I'm always nervous before writing a book review, but especially with it being several months, I'm like really nervous about writing a review, but I know once I start typing, it's gonna be fine. Okay, character-wise, so obviously this is not a likable character. She's not supposed to be likable, at least I don't think she is, but I love reading from people like that, that people were not supposed to like, but they're enjoyable to read from just because they're in a mental health crisis, and that's interesting to see how the mind works. That's one of my favorite things, is knowing, we don't really know, but knowing how the human mind works, seeing how it works, seeing how everybody's thought process is different, and that kind of thing. I find that really interesting. Setting, this was a California, Nevada setting in the, I don't know if it was 60s or 70s. The book was published in 1970, but so just think of that time period, which is a time period that y'all know I love. It's probably my favorite time period. And then location, yeah, the only like Vegas location I've read was like a chapter or two in The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Sorry, my jaw is hurting. But, and which was also set in 1960s. So yes, there's definitely a lot of vibes of, like Evelyn Hugo. I'm really curious if Taylor Jenkins Reid was inspired by Play It As It Lays or Joan Didion in general. The writing was my favorite part. I love that just like straightforward, blunt writing, because that's how I am as a person. So when I'm reading characters like that, reading writing that is like that, I'm just like, yep, this is it. I understand this completely. It's so easy to understand, so therefore fast-paced, easy to read. Because there's a lot of times I read books and they're just so poetic, so lyrical. I'm like, okay, they're making this look all pretty, but what is the author trying to say? Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I do like to think and all of that, but sometimes I just love reading something that's so just straightforward and easy to read. And then plot, again, really going into a deep dive of a character's head, and I think that's interesting. So yes, I did love Play It As It Lays, totally recommend picking up. So the next book I'm reading is a contemporary, and I'm going to be starting it tomorrow, and it is called Delirium by Laura Restrepo. This is, okay, so Aguilar returns home after a 3-day business trip to discover that his beloved wife has gone mad. Okay, more mental illness. Desperate to rescue Augustina from her sudden devastating insanity, Aguilar delves back into his shadowy past. Other narratives are intertwined with his frantic search for the truth, that of Midas, a flamboyant drug trafficker, and Augustina's former lover, and Augustina's splintered memories of her own troubled childhood. The key to her madness lies buried deep in a Colombian story of money, power, and corruption. So I love Colombian books. So let's see if this is actually translated. So it is translated from the Spanish by Natasha Wimmer. So yes, that sounds like I'll really like it. As I was saying, I do really like most Colombian books that I read. Most Latin American authors are fantastic. Definitely recommend looking into that. I've read some from, as I said, Colombia, Ecuador, and then I think a few others. I'm not seeing a map in my head right now. I'm blanking. But that is something I definitely want to read more on. So definitely I'm happy to be picking that up tomorrow. But I did want to give y'all my review and thoughts on Play. So I didn't vlog yesterday because it was my dentist appointment day. My jaw is still extremely sore. I was there from 9:30 to 1 o'clock. So I basically had my mouth open for 4 hours straight. Can definitely feel it. Which they said that I would, so it's not any reason to be concerned. So yes, I got my last gum cleaning. Oh my gosh, it's dark. Then I got 4 fillings, which everybody's been so shook by that. They were like, oh my gosh, how did you do it? And I'm like, I just did it. I think I gagged during it. Because they had to take pictures of my mouth too, since the first time they couldn't, or they tried, but it didn't give them enough info, so they did it again this time when my teeth were clean. And again, I was very high, like medicated, so I don't really know what was happening, but I remember feeling like there was stuff in my throat, and like raised my hands, I'm not okay. So, and then I remember one time they asked if I was okay, so I'm like, did I gag? Like, did I do that? Because I did throw up afterwards. And I didn't realize they did the pictures till I was looking at the receipt. I probably realized it like when they were doing it, but you know, when I was sober looking at the receipt. And I know when I had those done when I was sober, it was taking so much in me, like not to gag, like it made me really nauseous. So I think when I was medicated, my body was just like, we're gonna gag, why not? So I pray to God I did not throw up on these people. I hope I didn't. So yeah, everything went well. Yeah, so I couldn't talk because I had fillings on both sides, top and bottom. And when like I was leaving yesterday, they were all talking saying, I was like, I can't talk. Yeah, I talked to them this morning on the phone because they were checking in to make sure everything was okay. And yeah, it is, except my jaw is quite sore. But yeah, I was very numbed up. I just came home, took a nap, and was good to go after that. So it's fantastic. So I didn't read yesterday. I have read today Poems and Delirium, and we will talk about that when I'm done reading for the day. I'm done reading in Delirium for the day, and honestly this book is delirious. So my understanding is that it is about a man whose wife has gone delirious. Don't know why. And he's like telling her stories, trying to bring her back to reality, but I just don't care. Yeah, that's it. It's in my hand, but yeah, don't care about it. Which is sad. I'm like, I mentioned Pablo Escobar so many times and I don't care. That is wild. But yeah, so there's my update for Delirium, and I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit. Yeah, I'm not having dinner for another 30 minutes. I don't even know what I'm gonna have. I might make myself pizza, who knows. I have leftovers. I really don't know what I'm gonna have because I didn't really eat a lot yesterday. I ate all night because I was sleeping like all day yesterday. So we're just gonna have to find out something